All right, guys, it's your boy like one half endure. So this is to me a funny story, funny story. I like how we like to make things up and put things in certain perspectives, and sometimes we could just tell the truth and just tell the truth. Now, for anybody who's coming to see this video, I will tell you this up front so you can understand where my stance is. If you don't like the console, don't buy it. That's been my stance. Any video you see me say, that's my stance. If you don't like the Nintendo Switch 2, don't buy the Nintendo Switch 2. You'll have enough games on the Nintendo Switch 1 if you have one, and if you don't have one, don't buy it. That is my stance. Alright? But I still gotta understand the stupid shit that people like to pull from everything and everything. It's like, why you guys do that? I don't get it. You're making this more harder for a lot of things, but okay. That's how y'all doing, huh? Okay. So, let me get this straight. Nintendo president tell poor people to stop hating. Yeah, we see. I'm not gonna do that. That's not what it is. I'm just gonna say Dialmatric and Doug Bowser are the same. Something like that. I'll put in the title because I ain't titled this yet. But it's just weird how that is. So I'm gonna use Yellow Flash video for this. I mean, I really don't. I just wanted to do the comparison, and that's about it. And I'll take it from there.
And it's because of this interview that Doug Bowser,
Which I watched the interview and I didn't take it as that, but again, people try. They're like, "Oh, you need to read between the lines, Liger." I'm like, "Read between the lines." He said what he said. What are you talking about? I heard what he said. I watched the interview. I was thinking, okay. He didn't say what Matrix says. And also, I am the few people who said Don Matrick told the truth, and I'm happy he told the truth. He didn't lie to y'all. Y'all took it that way and run away. Okay. PlayStation did the exact same shit as Don Matrick as Xbox, but it just kept them out quiet. That's what it did. But it said the exact same thing. And slowly and lately, as like I said, from since 2012, from all of it from that, what happened? We gained more digital games. Online's getting more expensive, all the stuff. Like I said, that's why I've been saying it's so funny that y'all arguing with Nintendo now when y'all could have stopped this stuff long time ago. A lot of gamers did not want that. They want to run with the trend. And right now the trend is to make videos and beat up Nintendo. Even people I know who are Nintendo fans and stuff like that is beating it up. Again, that's their right to say it, whatever. I'm not doing this video to get on the trade to be knocking down Nintendo. No, I'm not. I'm not lying to anybody. My stance been from since I started this gaming channel. There's a phrase I always said: if you don't like it, don't buy it. If you like it, buy it. Period. You could anybody could tell you from since 2014, since the child start. I've been saying it. I've been saying that. So see, I'm a libertarian. I don't care. I'm gonna get my games and whatever. Cause I said this kind of situation is gonna happen the way people are doing stuff. So let's go with this. And I'm
gave
surprised that Eternal Life
the
said that.
CBC on the Nintendo Switch. And it's literally like, oh, you poors can't afford a Switch 2, huh?
He didn't say that.
Well,
He didn't
we
say
have a
that.
platform for you.
He didn't say
It's
that. But whatever.
the Switch 1, which reminds everybody of this. So when the
Yeah.
Xbox One
That's why I want to hear this and let people hear it, and then you're gonna read what Doug Bowser says, and I'll go from there. Like I said,
launched, they were pushing this online only kind of atmosphere for the thing and saying, well, if you don't have online, we have a platform for you. It's the Xbox 360.
yeah.
And I think people are going to love it, and then they're going to understand what we're trying to create and how it links games and entertainment, the functionality of the box, some of the advantages that you get of having a box that is designed to use an online state. So that, to me, is a future-proof choice, and I think people could have arguably gone the other way if we didn't do it. And fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. Stick with 360. That's your message. If you don't,
Well,
you don't like it.
if you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device. I mean, seriously, when I read the blogs and thought about who's really the most impacted, there was a person who said, hey, I'm on a nuclear sub.
Right.
And I don't even know what it means to be on a nuclear sub, but I've got to imagine that it's not easy to get an internet.
So
Okay, so that's what Dalmatrix said. You heard what Dalmatrix said, all right? And everybody knows that famous thing. If you don't have internet, there's X360. All right. And the 360 was, to be honest, that was the best console out of the Xboxes for me that I ever came close to buying, except for the Red Ring of Death thing. That's what stopped me. But that was a console I was like, oh, nope. You had the games. And, you know, I was envious of Xbox at that time. You had the games. But that Red Ring of Death is what stopped me. All right? I give you that. And to be full disclosure, I can't lie, because also my Wii at that time got messed up too. So haha for me. I bought the games and everything, and I had so much fun with the Wii. But haha for me, I was playing. I forgot that game I have, and I was like, I should have saved this. I did save it, and then like, oh, the Wii messed up. I was like, dang. I sent it to Nintendo, and they came back and they said it fixed it. Still had a problem. Sent it back, fixed it, and for all like purposes now, it's been working from since then. So haha to me. So I got my little own Red Ring of Death kind of situation on my Wii. So being, again, full disclosure, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I'm telling the truth. Truth is the truth, and Dalmatrix told the truth. So I never had a problem with that. I had internet, so I didn't care. But I just, for what he was gonna push, the games they're gonna push, I was like, I'll wait and see, because my thermostat is, I have to have at least 10 games or more. But at least have 10 games for me to say, hey, I'm gonna buy this console. I have basically 11 games for PlayStation Vita, and some are very hard to get games. That's why I need to fix my Vita. I still can't. Again, you heard me say multiple times for people who've been on the show. That thing was on my nightstand, which is not a nightstand, a table that was 2 feet off the ground. 2 feet off the ground. It dropped, but the screen don't work. I could hear the sound and everything. I'm like, what the? How cheap? My Switch has dropped like multiple times. My OLED Switch has dropped multiple times and still has not broken. What kind of cheap thing is that, man? Anyway, I digress. So he told the truth. I value truth. I don't value try to snap. As people say, oh, is corporate talk a lot? That was not corporate talk. He told the truth. Again, I like that. I interpreted nothing. So, but let's go to what Doug Bowser says. And I was there. I watched the thing. So, as we look at Nintendo Switch and you think about the feature set that I have talked about, we believe that the price is appropriate for the value of the machine and the gameplay experience overall. For the console, yes, I believe they saved it too. And then you'll see another video talking about Switch price and the value console. I will do a video separate to this because I have my own Switch here, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm the one who called out it's gonna be $499 for $450 before everything else. You go again. I'm incorrect. I was like, $450 is gonna be. I said $399 will be good for regular people, but I'm telling you, with other stuff up there, I think they're gonna do is gonna be $450. And ding, 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 ding. And once again, the champ is here. Liger was correct. Surprising. Let's see. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, yeah. Let's keep on going. We recognize that some people may not be able to afford a Switch too. That's the truth. That's not a lie. At the price point. That's why we wanted to make the other Switch platforms available so people still have an opportunity to come in our gaming universe and be a part of the characters in those worlds and see value. If you will, in whatever rung of the platform they come in. Excuse me. I see no problem with that phrasing. He never said poor people. He never said people. He said some people can't afford it, which is, again, that's the truth. Again, there's 150 million people who have Switch 1, and there's 8 billion people on the planet. By definition, again, if my sister, or in the 1,000,000 is in the 0.0000000000001%, and between me and my sister, we have 5 switches. OLED, regular Switch, first Switch, which was given to me by Nintendo because by my boy Kenji Yamamoto. I didn't really try to get a Switch at the beginning, but he sent one to me, and I get breath. And while I was like, oh shit, thank you, man. But we got 2 OG Switches, and I have a Switch Lite. Now here's the thing: you have OG Switches, Switch Lite. Then I stopped making games for the Switch 1. So if you're a parent and you want to buy a Switch, you can still buy the Switch 1. Nothing to stop you from that. And if you say, like, okay, I'll give you an example. Say I'm a father. I'm trying to be one, but say I'm a father, and I got a console. According to what Nintendo showed in the Direct, I could take the Switch 1, other than Mario Kart. I doubt they'll transfer that over, but there's some games that are transferable and you could share between all 3 families of the consoles. So you can share it to your OLED, you can share it to your regular Switch, the Switch 2nd generation, and the Lite, if you want to play games. But again, if you can't afford it, don't put yourself in debt for no console. Don't put yourself in debt for no PlayStation or Xbox or PC. Save your money if you can save your money. If you don't want to save your money, then don't buy it. Be happy. Save your money. And if you angry Nintendo or PlayStation, because again, I got a PlayStation 5. You think I was going to buy a PlayStation 4? To me, it wasn't worth it, so I didn't buy it. I'm having fun with a regular PlayStation. I could tell you right now on, what was it, the upgrade pack, the welcome tour. Yeah, Nintendo's crazy on that. So you know what I'm gonna do? Not buy it. Holy crap! Like, oh, can you believe it? You don't have to buy something. I know, being a customer instead of a consumer. I don't consume stuff. I'm a customer. I choose what I spend my money on, and you should as well too. That's crazy. I don't even need a Switch 2 because I have over 170 games of Switch 1. If you go to my videos in the past, you've seen my closet of video games, and that's the biggest library of games I have is the Switch 1. So I got plenty of games to play for years. I think I only beat 50% of my library. So again, you don't have to buy it. They're making games for the Switch 1 still, because Rhythm Heaven is coming for the Switch 1. So if the price of the game price is too much, then buy that. Keep on going. You ain't have to buy the Switch 2. Don't put yourself in debt to be with the cool kids. I myself have done that before, of not being that. My wife's like, I remember she was like, you always was a loner. Damn skippy I was. I hated to be around people and that stuff. That's why that's why the Xbox X Series didn't appeal to me. I don't need to play games. And I know it was, and the point was, they were going to do the part where you have the game and you have to download and all this stuff, and the game's getting bigger. And I said, that's going to be the death of physical. Again, 10 years later. The only person who's holding that out is Nintendo. And I mean still holding it out. Yes, the key cards, but it's not all their games. Mario Kart is on one cartridge. Donkey Kong is on one cartridge, so that's still a physical. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I might buy just the big names for Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch too. I'm not buying super third parties. Like I say, if an indie party and third party put the whole game on there and I feel like it's worth it, yeah. If it's not, I'm not gonna buy it. You don't have to buy these things. Godly. But Yes, that price makes sense to me. The 450 price made tons of sense to me. But people don't. People just it's weird. I don't get this. It's weird to me. Y'all wanted. Y'all said Nintendo's weak, consoles blah, consoles weak, blah 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 blah. Okay, okay. Mind you have a Steam Deck to buy anything you want and whatever. You go buy a Steam Deck for $399, the cheapest one. Go buy it. But the console's weak. So when the console now get an upgrade and doing stuff like the other big boys are doing, not as best as the PlayStation 5, not as best as the X, maybe the Xbox One S, maybe, but the PlayStation 5, no, it's not up there. Now it's a problem. Let me get this straight. I gotta buy a PlayStation. I bought my PlayStation 5 with a game and everything for I think it was 425. With an extra 435. And there you go. That was a Costco bundle. Costco might have a bundle for the Switch and stuff. Not no time soon, but they do have bundles. I've seen it before. Where they give you these SD card, all kind of stuff with the Switch for the same price as the Switch is. I've seen it. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but a PlayStation with a disc drive is for. I don't think computer's on. I know 399 is the digital, so I think it's like 400 or 499 for the oh, excuse me, apologize. Just ate dinner, so it's catching up to me. I apologize for that. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So the PlayStation 5, the one I bought by itself is 499. So it has a disc and everything and all that stuff. That's cool, right? So again, I don't see the problem of people putting that together. Yes, the Nintendo's previous it's just like I said, the price that I don't see him saying that for poor people, but YouTube is what it is. Clickbait is what it is. I'm not gonna deny it. So read the words. That's what it is. Y'all got me crazy with that. Saying that and say how this is. I disagree because I watched the interview when I saw the stuff, and again, I am going to put up a video talking about the parts and cost of things and put it in perspective. All right. With that said, remember there's no perfect games out there. It's perfect to you, it's not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy games on all consoles, including PC. And again, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Done.